times coming. Seems like we don't have our share. And you know I hate to say it, just as well I know that you don't care. I've seen the storm clouds gathering and I hear trouble blowing on the air. Looks like we ought to do some suffering. We do well to get prepared, 'cause there's hard times are coming. There are hard times coming. Never sing hard times coming. Hard times already here. And saying these days are coming for about the last 6 years. But when I told them, well, nobody listened, and they laughed at my paranoid fears. Can you tell me if they're laughing now? The shelves are empty in the grocery store, and there are bodies piling up in the streets, and the nation state's considered resource war. As hard times are coming, there are hard times coming. Near say hard times coming. Hard times already here. You go and put your warm coat on, and we will head for the fucking hills. And I will bring my best gun, well darling, no, don't you forget your pills. And we will make our own way and scratch a living from this earth away. Goodbye to society, and we make camp, we can't watch it burn. Those hard times are coming, there are hard times coming. Near say hard times are coming. Oh, hard times already here. Come on, darling, take my hand. We'll live out the rest of our days, living life from the land. I wouldn't have it any other way. And you'll be a trapper's wife and turn the lightning still while I'm on the trail. If you burn that fire bright, I can't find my way home from the market sale. 'Cause hard times are coming, there are hard times coming. Near say hard times are coming. Those hard times are already here. Those hard times are coming, there are hard times coming. Near say hard times are coming. Oh, hard times already here. Oh, hard times already here. You better get yourself prepared.
So how do you view the dichotomy of the Depression era and Recession era music, where the Depression played more towards God and the Recession is playing more towards the devil?
So we're looking at Recession versus Depression?
Yeah.
You know, I really don't see a difference. Where the economy stands now is, you know, we have unemployment rates comparable to what we had back then. So as far as economic material conditions influencing ideology, I think it's just pretty much the same. I don't see more or less religious influence. It seems to be about the same level to me. I would say that Western culture as a whole tends to pendulum back and forth between decadence and repression. The 70s versus the 80s, whereas the 70s, you know, disco and everything, and the 80s we had Reagan and you know, anti-drug policies and things like that. The 90s were similar. In 90s we had heroin rock, and then in the 2000s the pendulum swung back the other way to now when you turn on TV. My girlfriend and I were talking about this the other day. She watched MTV Real World and noticed that all the people they cast are like mainstream culture, straight-laced jocks and preppy kids who all believe in God and they're all homophobic. Whereas in the 90s, the people in the Real World were all queers and junkies.
So would you say that the real people are the ones that are making, that are down in the gutter, that are feeling
well, there's certainly, I perceive a dichotomy between mainstream music culture and people that actually play music. The music industry is an industry. It has nothing to do with music. It's a money machine.
So could the usage of sin and Satan in music be people saying that we don't want the bullshit that you're trying to shut down?
I see it. religious iconography in music. It certainly can be used to reject mainstream culture as a whole, or to express your displeasure with, you know, whatever it is you perceive in your world as repressive. So, but that's an interesting point, though, that I can see that some people use religious iconography associated with satanic imagery as a rebuke of mainstream culture, Western culture as a whole. I'm stockpiling water and ammunition, I tell you that much.
So how do you really feel about the current state of our economy?
Fearful. I think it's on the verge of total collapse as the rest of the world is poised to drop the US dollar as the world reserve currency. When that happens, the price of oil will shoot through the roof and we'll experience food riots and shortages of all sorts and kinds. And it will put tremendous stress on the government, which I do not know how they will react. I know that they've built prison camps in all 50 states for when people freak out. So it's scary, you know. Who knows? Just prepare for the worst and hope for the best, huh? I want to move to the fucking woods and just go eat berries and squirrels and shit and make moonshine.
Evergreen, especially for Evergreen SDS chapter. They're all a bunch of commie hippie bastards and I hate them. There's a special place in the prison camps for you motherfuckers.
Fucking reds.
Says that they have all the answers, and those of which they got and they admire. The ISO says Trotsky is the man, and they'll debate it until they all expire. The industrial workers will lead the revolution, so says the SWP. For the truth in lies with the lumpen, that's the RCP. The Sparks say the rest can go to hell, everyone else is a Stalinist. The CP will just do their thing, pretend the others don't exist. Well, I had a realization this morning as I stared into the red and going sun, that I figured out the truth and I'm forming a party of one. Cause I'm the leader of the workers, and I'll tell you why the left is suspect. Because there's something you don't understand, only my line is correct. Cause I'm the vanguard of the masses, and all of you should just follow me. And if you doubt my analysis, then you must be the petty bourgeoisie. And I'm not secretary, oh no, it's all the rest who are. We're fine in coalitions as long as I'm the shining star. So bow down to your new master, the latest V.I. And off to the camps with all of you who say, no, not this again. Cause I'm the leader of the workers, and I'll tell you why the left is suspect. There's something you don't understand here, only my line is correct. I'm the vanguard of the masses, and all of you should just follow me. And if you doubt my analysis, then you must be the petty bourgeoisie. And all that old music at my protests, no, none of that goddamn puppetry. There's a chance of some slogans, no decadent frivolity. But my chants will be the right ones, just the ones that should be said. And my banners will wave proudly, just the proper shade of red. And I will build a party if it kills me, I'm solely dedicated to the cause. And if I have to stab you in the back, that won't give me pause. But my platform will take us forward, and the ends always justify the means. So you'll get in line or step behind me, be you Quakers, Jews, anarchists, or Greens. Cause I'm the leader of the workers, and I'll tell you why the left is suspect. There's something you don't understand here, only my line is correct. I'm the vanguard of the masses, and all of you you should just follow me. And if you doubt my analysis, it must be the petty bourgeoisie. Fuck you, SDS.
Yeah.